morning, FlossTube. My name is Christine. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here to kick off my August monthly vlog. If you are visiting me for the first time, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm only a few sips into my first cup of coffee for the day, but I wanted to steal a moment and come out here on my deck while everything's kind of quiet and before my day gets going, and just really all I really wanted to do was come on here and show you that I don't have any specific plans for the month yet, so I'm just going to continue working on this. As a recap, I had done half of it last month, and I just moved the hoop, so I have this half to work on. I think I had this little corner right here that I couldn't stitch because it was too close to the edge of the hoop, so I moved the hoop and I finished up this last corner. So I have this whole blank slate ahead of me here to work on, and I noticed that there is definitely more background in this half. Let's get this set up here again. So there's definitely more of that background to do and less of the quilt and the birds. So where will I go? I think this morning I have a little bit of stitching time. I might just continue. I might maybe do some color completing of the different reds, like maybe because there's only 3 colors of red, so maybe I'll get all the reds done and then maybe fill in some of the blue, and then that will give me a lot of progress in a fairly quick amount of time, just because there's not a lot of dense stitching here. I may go right into those birds though, because they're just adorable. And I don't know, maybe I'll start a new project soon, and I won't get very far on this one, but I did want to at least show you that I am working on this morning on the first day of August while I have a little bit of time. And it's just it's really a comfortable temperature out on my deck right now, and actually, let me go over and show you how green my yard is, because I love this time of year when everything is so lush and green. Let me change views here. Oh, my trees are so green. Bird feeders over there, which need to have food put in them. But yes, it sounds like I have some construction going on here. But anyway, yeah, there's a nice breeze. It's nice and cool. I think we're expecting a lot of rain today, but pretty good. And then my hummingbird feeder is right above my head here. Let me show you. Yes, it's just hanging off the edge of my deck right there. And I did see a hummingbird for the first time yesterday. I did not have my feeder out, and let me show you, change views again. So do you remember when I bought these little, what do you call them, the solar powered lights? I bought these like 2 years ago, I think, already, and they still are working. There's a leaf caught up in there, but I felt so bad because a hummingbird came and he thought these were he or she. It's probably a he, because I think the dads are coming down from the mountains now, and then the mamas and babies will follow. But anyway, I felt so bad because the little hummingbird was trying to get nectar from my plastic flowers here, and that was a sign that I needed to get my feeder back out, because I don't usually get too many hummingbirds in July, and because it's so hot, I don't like to set it out, because then I have to change it every other day, and there's not a lot of activity with the birds. But when I usually spot one, then I get my feeder out. So yes, my feeder's out, and then they don't have to try to extract nectar from the plastic flowers. Okay, I will see you when I have an update. Bye for now. So I thought I would take you out on my walk with me today. I haven't been walking much at all this week, and although it was tempting to sit and stitch, and also I did get a new, the new issue of the Just Cross Stitch magazine, which was also tempting, but I'm out on a walk. I'm taking you with me. And I can see that I'm walking into some dark clouds, so I don't know if I'll be walking that long. My goal was to get my 10,000 steps, but I'm only at 5,400, so I'll probably cut it short. But anyway, it's beautiful out. There's a nice breeze, as you can see, and it's not too swelteringly hot out here. And I'll turn you around and show you the clouds that I'm walking into, which they never seem to look quite as daunting on camera. But I'm excited to get home and stitch, because I'm taking a day today, a stitching day. and I'm going to look at my magazine, and I'm going to stitch. And oh, it's August 12th today. Yesterday was World Cross Stitch Day. I was busy all day, had absolutely no intention of starting anything new, and then I got home, watched a movie, and at about 11:30 p.m. it just hit me. I'm going to get a new start. So I'll show you that when I get home. And other than that, I'm continuing to work on my chickadees, and I'll show you my update on that too. Ooh, I hear a hawk. I hear a hawk. Okay, I'll check in later after I give you a view of the sky. Spotted the hawk, making the ruckus. I have my phone camera though, so not a great... Ooh, look at his wings. So pretty. I can't identify what kind of a hawk it is, but we have a lot of Cooper's hawks around here. There he goes. Good morning. It is Sunday, August 12th, and I'm here for a quick update. I don't know if I kept in the clip about my walk yesterday. I may have or may not have. But if I did, I ended up getting 14,000 steps yesterday, so that's good. I've been averaging about 3,000 a day only, so I need to start walking and getting more. It felt good to do all that walking, but it really cut into my stitching time. But that being said, I did mention in that I had a new start right before the stroke of midnight on World Cross Stitching Day, and this is what I chose to start. Into the woods. Because you know me and Halloween, it just can't get here soon enough, and then the minute it's over, I'm ready for the next Halloween. So this is adorable. It does have some glow-in-the-dark beads in this kit as well. I believe maybe for this area right there, but it is cute. So the very first night when I started, I didn't get much stitching done, but then yesterday morning I woke up and got a little bit more. So let me show you where my progress is on that one right there. I just got a little bit of the moon going. So there's, I completed that color, and then I completed the color around it, and now I'm working on the orange right here. So yeah, moving right along. This looks like it'll be a quick stitch, not because, I mean, it is full coverage. So there's a lot of stitches, but there's a lot of big blocks of color. So it's going to go much quicker than Haunted Cottage, because that was a lot of confetti in that. So this one I think will go pretty quick. So that's where I'm at with that. And then I wanted to show you that I got the Just Cross Stitch, this month's Just Cross Stitch magazine. Let me move this out of the way. And I have to say, I am absolutely in love with that cross stitch that's on the cover. I have not even looked through this magazine yet, but oh my gosh, I love this so much. I'm going to have to look at the chart and see what's involved. I just may have to start that. Oh, I just love it. It's just got all the fall vibes. So I would do a flip through of this, but by the time you see my vlog at the beginning of September, I'm sure there will have been several FlossTubers that have done a flip through of this, and probably all of you that subscribe to this magazine will have already looked at it. So it kind of seems a little bit redundant. So I think I will just enjoy looking through this off camera a little bit later this afternoon. And then last but not least, I have continued to work on my chickadees, and I want to show you how much progress I've gotten done on it. There we go. I have completed. It's kind of windy out here this morning, and cool. I actually had to put my sweater on this morning sitting out on the deck. Gotta love these cool August mornings. So I have officially completed all of the red stitches and various shades of red in the quilt. I have moved up to the birds and have completed the black symbol, and I have officially run out of black thread, and the only thing I have left to use the black for is the back stitching around the birds. So yep, cut it very close with that. And I admittedly, when I was over on that other edge over here, way over here, where I used a lot of black, I I'm probably not the most efficient stitcher when it comes to that, but I am a little concerned I'm going to run out of these blues up here in the background because, like I said, I'm not really efficient when I do my stitching. So we'll have to see. But I'll worry about that when I have to. So I have now worked on I'm working on a second symbol of the birds, the little feet right there. I got one more foot to do here, and then I'm just going to color complete the birds. So, yep, and then I think after I do the birds, I'll come down here and do all the half stitches in the background of the quilt here, and then leave all of the sky for last. Okay, it's Sunday. I'm going to stitch today. I don't have a lot going on, surprisingly. After a busy week, I actually think I have some time to sit and stitch. So I'm going to go do that right now, and I'll check in when I have hopefully some finished birds to show you. All right, see you in a while. Oh, hold on, I hear my hummingbird visitor. Let me go get some footage for you with my phone. He's coming close, so let me go grab him. Morning. It's time for another check-in, and I thought I would do it because I can actually, if you listen closely, you can hear that I have a bunch of chickadees in the tree right now. So I'll try to get some footage with my other camera and insert that. But yeah, I have a cup of coffee and I'm sitting out on my deck, and I got a lot done this week, so let me show you. I can't remember, had I started the birds? I don't think I did. Maybe I just had started them. But I finished the birds, and then I told you I was going to work on this and then save the background for last. And I thought that was not a wise idea to save that for last. So I made a pretty good, I got a pretty good chunk done in the sky. And then so what I'm doing is then I completed 2 colors down here. So all I have left to do down here is one blended color of blue is left. This navy is all completely done, so I only have 2 symbols left on the top. One from this area right over here is kind of this medium blue, and then over on the edge over here is sort of this kind of brighter blue. But I ran out of this navy blue when I had about 1 thread, like a half a thread worth of stitches left. I don't know, maybe even like 10 or 20 stitches left here. So as I started to run low, I sort of started kind of separating my stitches a little bit because I was going to replace it with the DMC equivalent, which isn't exactly the right color, but because I kind of interspersed the stitches, you can't really tell. But yes, I'm completely done with the navy blue now. And yeah, then I just have the back stitching to do, and this will be done. So I suspect the next time I check in with you, I will have a finish. So I'm going to do a little bit of stitching right now. I think I'm going to finish up the blue, this blue that I'm working on right here. I'm going to finish it up down in this area here, because then I technically could backstitch everything, because obviously there's no backstitching that needs to be done up here. So I could finish this symbol, do all the backstitching, and then all I have left to do are the half stitches in the sky, and I'll be done. So I haven't done any work at all on my Mill Hill, the Mill Hill kit that I started. I didn't do anything on that. And I just have a bunch of, well, it looks kind of messy right now, but I have a bunch of blended threads Ignore my ratty old lawn chair here. It's on its last leg. As a matter of fact, see where the stitching is coming apart. One of them I was sitting in and it completely collapsed on me, so I need to get some new lawn furniture. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of blended threads. This is the one up in the sky, and then these four right here are the color I'm working on here. So those are kind of ready to go. All right, I'm going to do some stitching, and maybe I'll get some footage. I don't hear the chickadees anymore. But if they come back, I'll take some video of them too and insert that because it'll be very appropriate. All right, I hope you're all having a good day. I'm having a good day. I'm talking kind of quiet because I feel like, I don't know, my yard is very quiet right now. But today is a special day. It's my husband's birthday. He turns the big 6-0. So, entering a new decade. Crazy. We met when I was 21 and he was 24, and a lot of years have gone by. We dated for 10 years before we got married, and then after we got married, when we were in our 30s, we waited another 3 years to have kids. So I had my first child when I was 35 and my second son when I was 37. And both of those boys, well, Riley, my youngest, just turned 19 in July, and my oldest, Hunter, he has a birthday next week and he turns 21. So the wheels keep on turning and we all keep getting older. But I feel very lucky. So, okay, enough of that. I'm going to get to stitching. Talk to you soon. Good morning, Stitchers, and welcome to the last and final day of August. Today is it Wednesday or Thursday? It is Thursday, August 31st, 2023. And I am here to present to you a completed project. Drum roll, please. I finished it. I am so excited. So I think it took 7 weeks. I actually completed this on August 26th, so it's been a little bit. I just needed to get in here and show you, just film this last clip to tell you and show you my finish. So it turned out adorable. I absolutely loved stitching on this up until the very, very, very last part. I stalled just a little bit before I did the final back stitching on this half. So let's just rewind a little bit. I believe I spoke to you last on August 19th, which was a Saturday. So that was about a week and a half ago. And I had still needed some stitching to do over in this area. I don't remember how much it was, but I do know that I did stitch that Saturday and Sunday. I finished all the stitching on Sunday the 20th. Then I rolled this puppy up and put it aside thinking, okay, all I need to do is the back stitching, and that's just going to take me 30 minutes probably is all I thought. So I put it away, and I then pulled out this guy to work on, because I thought, oh, I got plenty of time to backstitch that. So I started working on this Into the Woods, and this is where I got done on that, what I got done on that. So I did a little bit, let's see, I think it goes this way. So let's put something behind it here, something a little less distracting there, so you can kind of see that I worked on the moon areas. I think I completed all the colors in the moon there. And I was really enjoying that, and then it was a super, super busy week, and I didn't have a lot of stitching because that week I had some in-laws come in from out of town, so my sister-in-law and my niece and her two boys, that are 8 and 10, came to visit. They were staying with my mother-in-law, but we went over a few nights to visit with them, and which was lovely, but I didn't get much stitching done, which is okay, because I hadn't seen them in like 7 years, so it was great. And then I spent one day going to the Denver Zoo with them, and the boys, they're just at that really fun age where they love the zoo and love learning about the animals. So it was really a super fun day, and I hadn't been to the Denver Zoo in a while because my boys we just don't go anymore. So I don't think I even have a membership there anymore. But that was super fun. And then on Saturday the 26th, my oldest son turned 21. So they also both started going back to college that week also. My oldest son started his 3rd year up at School of Mines, and my youngest son, Riley, started his 1st year of college. He's just going to go part-time this 1st year. at just a at a local college close to home, and then he's going to transfer up to CU Boulder next year. So he's sort of just dipping his toe into college and kind of figure out where he's going with that. I may have mentioned that already. And then we decided, I will cut this out if I've already spoken about this, because this is just a quick life update. Just because I know some of you could care less, but there's other of you that have been watching my channel for a long time, and you've pretty much watched my boys for like the last, 7, 8 years on this channel. So just a quick update about them. We did have to, well, maybe 2 weeks ago, we looked for a couple of used cars and bought 2 used cars for the boys. One of them ended up being a clutch. The one that we got for Riley, it's a 2012 Volkswagen Jetta, and it was a clutch, and he didn't know how to drive a clutch, and I haven't driven one in like 30 years. So I had to drive about an hour away to go pick up the car. And yeah, I realized that once you know how to drive a clutch, you never forget, because as soon as I got in it, I knew how to, I remember it all came back to me. Long story short, he really wanted to drive his new car, didn't know how to drive a clutch, so we spent the next 24 hours, yeah, it pretty much took him 24 hours, and he had it down and was able to drive his new clutch car. So, but it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun teaching him how to do that, which I think is a skill everybody should learn, because I said, now that you know how to drive a clutch, you know, if you ever need to drive somebody's car, you'll know how to drive a clutch. Anyway, that's just a really quick update to say why I had a super, super busy week and why I haven't updated you with anything. So this is pretty much all the stitching that I have done since our last clip. And then I had this urge to start working on some felt. So if you follow my other playlist, it's not another channel, it's just a playlist of my felt. I am currently working on this, and I will have a video up soon where I technically was going to start both of these kits because I couldn't decide. And so I was going to actually start this one, but then I started this one instead. And so I'm kind of currently working on them, and I might have them both in that video, but it may end up just being one. So if you are interested in that, be watching for that on my FeltTube playlist. Other than that, I acquired one new Dimensions kit, because yes, I will have, once again, I keep promising I will have that Dimensions kit parade, but my husband actually found this on Amazon and loved it and bought it for me because he said he really would like me to stitch this and to be able to hang this up for Halloween. So he just really thought it was very cool. And when somebody shows an interest in your stitching and buys you a kit, well, you say, okay, I'll do that for you. So my plan is to start this in October, and it's 5x7, so it's really looks like it could be a quick stitch, and that could be something that might be deceiving because yes, the cat and the fence is actually all stitched with black. So I think it is 14 count Aida though, so that makes it a little bit, yeah, it's 14 count Aida. So I have also, so this I'm not going to start until October. So my September plans right now are very up in the air. I think right now, at this very moment, I'm probably going to work on my my Wreath of All Seasons, because I did promise way back early on at the beginning of the year that I was going to try to get that done this year, and I quickly got half of it done, and now I said I would pick it back up in the fall. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I could go grab it real quick. Let me go do that. Okay, it's this one right here, the Wreath of All Seasons, that I started. Was that my New Year New Start? I think it was one of my New Year New Starts. And just as a refresher, I got to the halfway point on that one there. So yes, my intention was to pick it up in the fall and start working on the fall section, which is here, and then going down into the Christmas section. So that is my tentative plan. So that's what the fall section looks like right there. Yes, I'm going to say that that's probably what I'm going to work on in September, but my plans can change, as you know, they often do, because I'm really feeling all the Halloween stuff right now. I just want to stitch all Halloween and fall. And there's all those great fall mill hills that I want to do, and so I'm really struggling with pulling this out because it's beautiful and I want to work on it, but I also want to work on fall and Halloween. So I do want to continue working on this in the month of September too. So I kind of like to have usually a bigger project and then one of these smaller ones to work on. So that's my plan. And that should be it. I think that I'm going to end this vlog here because I need to get it started editing. That's why I'm actually I doubt I'll get any stitching done today. And that's why I thought that I would get in here and get this filmed so that I could get it edited. And yes, a lot of you do ask, am I going to frame this? I should talk about that. My intention, of course, always right when I finish something is, ooh, I'm going to go right away. I'm going to just get this, pinned to a board. I'm going to go find a nice frame. I'm going to finish this up. That's what I say the minute I finish every design. And in reality, what I usually do is roll it up and put it in my, bag of finishes and never get it framed. That's the reality of it. I know it's sad, but I just realized that I love stitching projects. I don't necessarily feel the need to have them displayed in my house. I mean, yes, I would love to, but I just really like stitching. I mean, I like stitching and I like finishing and I like starting things, and I don't necessarily like finishing them as much, fully finishing them. So rest assured, I will someday do something with it, and I don't know what. Even if I don't do anything with it, though, it was a joy to stitch, and it makes me happy looking at it, and when I pull out my finishes to look at it, that makes me happy too. So this is, I've also had a lot of questions about this. This is an out-of-print kit. I have actually passed this chart on to a stitching friend, so I do not have this to pass on anymore. But keep your eye out on eBay for this, because it does show up quite often on there. I do see. So sometimes it's reasonably priced and sometimes it's not, but keep your eye out for it and you should be able to find yourself a copy of it. And I also think I promised earlier in the clip that I was going to try to get some footage of a chickadee, and I haven't had a ton of time to sit out in my yard looking for the chickadees, and whenever I do, they seem to, as you know, have a constant case of the zoomies, and they're really, really hard to capture on film. But I think I did manage, I'll have to look at review my footage, but I think I did manage to get a very, very short clip of a chickadee, and I will insert that here at the end so that you can see those adorable little birds. And if I end up getting more footage, then I'll insert that as well. I think that's it. That should wrap up my August vlog. I hope that you all had a wonderful summer and are ready for fall, or heading into spring if you're down there in the southern hemisphere. So, okay, that's it. I will see you. I will be starting my next September vlog here shortly, and I will see you in a month. And until then, happy stitching. We're gonna do he's getting better at the hill. More gas, yep. And then once you start going, don't abandon the clutch too quick. Yeah, that's better.